Today we're going to see how to make homemade bubbles. Since it's the summertime, I decided why not make bubbles. So to make bubbles, you're going to need some dish soap. Now it can be any soap and it can be any flavor. Like this one is apple. And you need some sugar, some water, and a spoon to measure everything up. So I already pre-measured the water. So the ratio is 8 parts of water, 1 part of dish soap, and 1 part of sugar. So I'm using this tiny spoon. I already pre-measured 8 spoons of water. Now I'm going to measure 1 spoon of sugar. And you want this to be as much as exact. So I'm gonna slowly put it in. And the water needs to be lukewarm. If you don't know what that is, you can just turn on the hot side of your tap and just fill some water in. So I already put some sugar. You need to mix it. It should dissolve. So now I'm going to take 1 spoon of dish soap and just pour it in. Now after some time it should dissolve. If it doesn't dissolve, you can just kind of crack it. And also powdered sugar works the best since it's kind of more fine sugar than the normal ones. So I recommend you use powdered sugar than normal sugar, like sugar cubes or something. So after this has dissolved, we're going to pour it into containers. These are tiny ones. You can also use big ones like this. So I'm going to pour it into this tiny one. And like normal bubbles, you don't want to shake it or else the bubbles will come. Like the white bubbles, like the foam bubbles. So you can either leave this overnight if you want, or you can use it right away. Either way, the result will be fine. You can see that right there. And I'll show you a demo. Now I'll be testing the 2 bubbles. This is the one that we just made, like the homemade bubbles, and this is store-bought. I'll do the store-bought first. So you can see if you add like a bigger quantity, like instead of spoons you use cups, then if say I'm using green soap, so that green color will actually show. But like when I use a smaller amount, it didn't show as much. So this one is absolutely clear. Wow, that's bouncy. So that was the store-bought one. Now this one, I made a big quantity, so I stored it in a huge bottle. Note that these bubbles are scented if you use scented dish soap. Oh no, let me try again. Well, that happens sometimes. Like you can see right there. It made just as good bubbles as this. So this is a recipe that you can always count on, as long as you have the right measurements. Like if you made like the wrong measurements, it's possible that it could go wrong, like where it's not blowing as big bubble. Like the ones I showed, they weren't used in like a long time, so it took some time to like make those big bubbles, but as you blow, it will become much more bigger and more resistant, to sharp items. So if you were to balance it on a blade of glass and grass, it would float. How amazing is that? So I hope you had fun doing your bubbles and have a fun summer.